the argument is, oh, they're gonna bring back these older properties and reboot those instead of having new properties. We are already getting a new scary movie that's coming, and I think if that does well, that's gonna kind of double down on this a little bit between that movie and this movie, and they might lean in towards bringing older franchises back, but is there room for a new franchise that's a spoof movie? I don't know, but at the end of the day, with this kind of movie, if you do it right, it works. And every like 5 seconds of this movie is filled with gags and jokes. It barely a minute or two, like once in a blue moon, where there isn't some joke, where it's a half a serious moment, but it just goes. It doesn't stop. Once the movie gets going, it's just full force. It rarely ever slows down. So, of course, it's not going to hit, 100%, but this one hit more than not. And that's why you got to be careful of these movies, because if you crank these movies out too much, which happened before, the quality starts to dip a little bit because you're capitalizing on the hype of the moment, and then over time people get tired of it. And that's the thing that kind of worries me about this. Is not even whether they bring back the legacy franchises or not, it's just the amount of these movies that are coming out. It would be nice to not have another movie like this until the next scary movie, and then maybe after that a sequel to this movie a year or two later. But I do feel like they're going to start cranking this out, and then like in 2 to 3 years you're going to see like 20 of these movies, and then we're going to get movie 42 all over again. And we love talking about movie 42. Remember that one? If you haven't seen that, Gen Z or Alpha or whatever, oh boy, you're in for a treat. Go watch that movie. So, it's probably what's going to happen, the predictable route. But for say now, it just reminds me of whenever these new things come back into phase. Like when Stranger Things first came out and brought like that 80s sort of feeling back. And then we got all these like 80s stuff. But always like that first initial moment of like having something return and it being good and kind of refreshing and something we haven't seen in a while. Those moments are really nice to have. Those moments we gotta take in a little bit more, because they're usually very short-lived once they get capitalized on. So while you can, go see this movie, enjoy it, appreciate it for what it is. It's dumb, silly humor. It's kind of something we need right now. It's like a good addition to Superman about like hope and all that, and then this comedy. It's we need that in this sort of dark world of sorts. So be sure to check it out, y'all. See the movie in the theater when you can with an audience. It's definitely a good time.